Brian here, welcome to the Angel Share. In this little episode what I've decided to do was to show how I changed my Ruston 48DS flat 4-wheeled wagon into a shunter's truck. I went online, looked at some images of shunter's trucks and decided to make use of that style on this flat wagon. Now on to the build. Here we have the little toolbox that goes on top of the flat wagon with some pegs to hold the shunter's pole. This was made out of 1.5mm styrene, cut into little squares, glued together, score marks put on it to make it look like wooden planks, the way these are normally assembled. Here we see the shunter's pole in place between those 4 pegs. What I decided to do was to create the little running plate on the side that the shunter stands on, and I used I-beam for that and was measuring up to see what sort of size that would take. This is about 4-5mm, and I trimmed off one edge to make a rest for where the shunter could put his foot. Here in this shot we can see the flattened edge where one of the edges of the Sergeev has been cut off. Now I had to make notches in order for it to go around the axle boxes on the flat wagon, and once I had done that I painted them black and applied them to the side. And here we can see some shots of the flat wagon with the little running boards. They look quite nice, I was quite happy with that. I used super glue to fasten these in place. I decided to make the little handrails that the shunter holds onto using the same I-beam and cut them into 8 individual parts. Painted them all black and then screwed little holes in them using my little pin vise drill, about 1mm, and used 1mm square bar to feed through the holes. And here we see the 8 stanchions in place. Not exactly prototypical, but it's a job that was made by the men that work at the Angel Share. So here we now see the 1mm square bar placed between the holes I had drilled into each of the stanchions. I decided to go ahead and add some weathering and start detailing the locomotive and the flat wagon together, and upon hindsight I decided to paint some areas and highlight in order for the shunters to see where they were stepping and holding on to during an evening, late evening or early morning shunt. I think I agree, it looks quite smart and it suits the loco. I've not seen many people do this. I'm not exactly the first to scratch build an item like this, but I think you'll agree it's a nice little twist on an excellent product. Now we can watch Angel 1 in action as the little loco sets up a train for departure from Strathelder to Oban. Class 27 comes in to pick up the outgoing freight bound for Oban last running duties on the Angel Share for that day. So thanks very much for tuning in and watching this episode. Please like, subscribe and comment. All the best and take care. Thank you.